and welcome to Hero Power. I'm your host, Avanties, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Zerotio.
What is up, gang?
Oh, and we have a great show lined up. It's episode 195, and we have a lot of Grandmaster updates to talk about. We're going to talk about Masters Tour Bucharest, which just ended in the last 2 hours, and the Tavern Brawl for this week. We've got a great deck lined up for you, which is Hone's Control Shaman. So a whole lot of fun to be had in this episode. Zerotio, how was your week in Hearthstone?
It was pretty good. I've not been focusing on the ladder so much. I'm sitting around rank 3. I've been getting my weekly preps for THL. That's really what my focus is during THL season. The pod people are doing pretty good. We're in contention for playoffs. With a solid week this week, we can boost ourselves into the playoff hunt. And so that's kind of been my focus. I've been wanting to compete in some of these Masters qualifiers, but with family stuff going on, I just have not been able to block down the time to do that. I'd love to try to qualify for Arlington, but it may just be a dream at this point.
Yeah, I actually have been on vacation from my primary job this week, so I've actually not been at home or sitting in front of a computer. I've been out doing stuff, working in my wood shop, and so it needed some sawdust therapy this week to kind of let the mind go, just build stuff. So I've been enjoying it. Hadn't been playing a lot of Hearthstone this week. Haven't done a lot of social media this week. So it's been nice.
That boggles my mind that you take a week off and have a staycation, which some people do that and they enjoy that, and then you don't play Hearthstone. Like, if I have a staycation, it's to play Hearthstone. That's the whole reason I want to stay home. But no, you want to go and play with your... Oh, I'm not going to say that. You want to go out there and work with your wood.
Careful, it's a family show.
Yeah. You want to go out there and work with your wood, which I have to say, I joke with you, and all joking aside, it is a lot of good therapy for you, and you make some really awesome things. So it's really cool that you've been able to take the time to kind of mentally get away from the world a bit. And work on your hobbies that are outside of video games and Hearthstone. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's been nice, and but I'm about ready to get back into it, and I haven't, like telling you before the show, I've not played this week's Tavern Brawl yet. I'm going to do that tonight, and
So, I mean, before we get into our next call out, we are 2 weeks away from BlizzCon.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're going to be having BlizzCon announcements. We're going to have teasers and stuff, but we're going to have the new set announcement in less than 2 weeks. I mean, it just crept up on us.
Yeah, it'll be.
I haven't even got my virtual ticket yet, which I need to. I'll probably do that this week.
I actually think I'm not going to buy one this year. I've
Really?
thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, and a combination of everything that's happened this year and everything else that's going on, and I just don't think Blizzard has earned it. So I am not going to buy a virtual ticket this year. I'm going to abstain.
Well, I'm going to buy one, so we'll have that to look forward to.
Yeah, you're in charge of show notes then, because I am choosing to vote with my wallet, as they say, and I will be abstaining from BlizzCon.
And I commend you for that, but you get a card back. And that's just... Yeah. The card back.
There's a golden legendary, too.
There's a golden legendary, and that's that I haven't missed out on any bonus card backs since the game's launch. Mm-hmm. And I think I have every card back you can get, aside from... the Thrill of Victory, the red one, mm-hmm. and the Golden Celebration card back are the only two I don't have. I have all the other ones. I have the Power Core. I have Tespa. So it's, and the Thrill of Victory was literally for attending one specific regional playoffs, and I wasn't going to fly to the Bahamas for a card back.
Right. So, all right, well, let's jump into the news, and the first bit of news we have actually pertains to us.
Yeah.
As you heard me say at the beginning of the show, this is episode 195, guys, which means we've been with you for 195 episodes. We are only 5 episodes away from our 200th, our bicentennial, and guys, we want to celebrate with you. We want all of our listeners to have the opportunity to participate. So what we want from you is tell us about your favorite episode that we've done. Or if you have a favorite moment from anything in the last 200 episodes, tell us about it. And we'll read them on the show. We'll talk about them. We just want to celebrate 200 episodes of Hero Power with all of you.
Yeah.
We are trying to work on some extra stuff for that show. We're probably going to reach out to some of our other friends who have been on the show in the past, or maybe even some people we'd like to be on the show. But we're going to try to reach out and see if we can get some statements or maybe even some surprises. We'll just have to wait and see how it all works out. But that's coming up in 5 weeks, everybody. And we are, Zerotio and I know Matt at Arms, and even Versika are all really excited about the possibility of us getting to 200 episodes. So, all right. Well, with that said, let's actually jump into the Hearthstone news. And as we talked about, Masters Tour Bucharest took place this week. And we got to see some really exciting competition. This was the first major tournament after the introduction of the wild cards coming back. So we get to see N'Zoth and Ragnaros and Sylvanas and Emperor Thorson and all those cards that came back in. And our top 8 came down to Eddie, Hunter Ace, Ken 0531, Totosh, Orange, Dead Draw, SN Bronx, and Hone. So, Zerotio, why don't you tell us how that all kind of played out?
Well, first off, if you'll notice, there's really no America's contingent in this other than Eddie. And Eddie is already a Grandmaster. So when we're looking at the Grandmaster race, the race for Grandmasters, you're noticing the Americas is still up in the air here. We have nobody in the top 8, and I will talk about that a little bit more going on. But we had some who's who here. We have Ken, who's relatively, unknown out of the APAC region. We have Eddie, which is also known as Soyun in the past, who's a Grandmaster. Hunter Ace, who's a former world champion and Grandmaster. Totosh, which is another unknown player out of the EU. Orange, who just got relegated from Grandmasters. So if he does well here, he could possibly be promoted. Then we had Dead Draw, also in the EU Grandmaster hunt. He's been in the scene for a long time. SN Bronx, I don't know much about SN Bronx. He wasn't really in any races. I want to say he was Apex, but I don't know. And then Hone. And Hone was also APAC, and Hone really surprised me here. And we're going to be playing one of Hone's decks today. But our top 4 ended up rounding up to Ken 0531, Totosh, Eddie, and Dead Draw. Now, if you'll notice, that's no Orange. We did not see Orange make it out of the 8, which unfortunately means he is facing relegation, or he is not going to be re-promoted after being relegated. Any thoughts on that? That was a big story this weekend, is whether Orange could get back into...
Yeah, and so he would have had to win this event to get a spot back in the EU Grandmasters. And, I mean, I feel like top 8 was just so close. Like, he was there, and I'm a big Orange fan. Like I love his attitude. I love everything about the way he carries himself and represents the Hearthstone community. And he even tweeted this afternoon and said, "Guys, we were so close, but this weekend has refilled me with confidence, and I will be here for Hearthstone in 2020. And that just right there signifies the kind of guy he is and makes me super excited for him to get back into Grandmasters next year.
Yeah, he's not giving up. And he had a good record in GM this season. It's just his division all had a good record. It was a 4-way tie for that relegation slot, and he just lost in tiebreakers. He actually was out by just a couple points in tiebreaker 2, which usually they don't even go down to the second set of tiebreakers. So it's kind of amazing. He ended up losing to Totosh. Now, Totosh, at this point, is still in the running. Totosh made it into top 4 along with Dead Draw. And if Totosh wins the whole thing, it's the same story as Orange. He could get into Grandmaster. And Dead Draw, because of his winnings in Seoul, only has to get second place. So we go into the semifinals with Kin versus Totosh and Eddie versus Dead Draw. Now, Kin at this point has locked GM for APAC. So once he got out of the round of 8, he was able to go ahead and celebrate the fact that he's going into Grandmasters. So Kin ends up beating Totosh, smashing Totosh's dreams of becoming a Grandmaster, and finalizing Kin's reign as an up-and-coming GM player by making it to the finals. Now, who is he going to be playing against? Eddie and Dead Draw had a great match, and all Dead Draw had to do was win this, and he gets into Grandmasters. And he didn't. Eddie was able to win this, showing that domination of a GM player in these Masters Tours. So this means that the EU is still going to be Felkine and Zim out of France going into Grandmasters. And our finals was Kin versus Eddie. This is probably some of the best Hearthstone I've ever seen. Would you agree?
This match was so much fun to watch. Of course, Twitch chat was like, "Oh my god, why do these games take so long?" But let me tell you, it was worth every minute tuning in and watching this match. So if you missed it, go back and check out the VOD, because Eddie and Ken both played some really great Hearthstone in this match.
Yes.
And it was just fantastic. Some of the best I watched all weekend.
So the casters kind of talked about, and before we give the results, I want to talk a little bit about the tournament as a whole. The casters talked about how a lot of players expected to see a lot of aggro, and there was a lot of aggro in this tournament. So they brought a lot of control to counter that aggro. Well, Eddie kind of next leveled everybody and played anti-control with decks that included things like Elysiana and Hakar. And the problem with that lineup is if you face a lot of aggro, you either have to play top-notch to be able to beat those matches, which Eddie did, or dodge those matchups. Which, looking at Eddie's run up through the Swiss, he did play a lot of aggro matchups. So he played top-notch Hearthstone to get to this point. So we have Kin versus Eddie. It went to a Game 5, and it was, do we have the new Grandmaster kind of taking a notch off his belt going into Grandmasters next season by knocking off another Grandmaster, or do we have a Grandmaster solidifying his place? And we had Eddie solidifying his place as a Grandmaster in this tournament, becoming the champion, and being presented the trophy and immediately dropping it.
Well, he didn't drop it. No, he didn't drop it. It broke.
Well, okay. So
the top fell off the trophy. He still had the base.
So the trophy didn't break. The trophy is a 2-part trophy.
Oh, okay.
The main part of the trophy is a stand for a removable piece.
Gotcha.
That they can hang up and things like that. It's a new design they've tried, but I don't think he realized it was 2 pieces, and he went to hold it up, tilted it slightly, and the the resting piece fell off. So, but it was good. He didn't break it. Hopefully, there's no curse of the trophy like we've seen in the past. But we talked about the EU players. The EU continues going into Grandmasters. Let's talk about the other regions a little bit here. NA had Language Hacker clinching his North American GM spot. So
we were very excited to see former guest Language Hacker make it into Grandmasters.
So he barely made the top 8. I think with tiebreakers and all this stuff, he ended up flushing it in the top 40. But basically, he won his last match to go 7-2. But it wasn't enough to put him in the top 8. But it was enough to clinch his spot as a Grandmaster. So we will be seeing 2 former guests of the show playing in the Grandmasters, Bloodyface and Language Hacker. This makes us more than happy. I think Language Hacker said according to his notes, he finished up around rank 12th place.
Yeah.
Battlefy had him at 38th, but Battlefy was wrong all weekend. And they didn't even track the records, the win-loss records in the top 8 at all. So, I'm hoping they eventually end their partnership with Battlefy, because I'm not been impressed. They're showing 2 O's across the board in best of 5s, which,
right,
it's a mess. But the APAC region had Kin place his GM spot by making the top 4, and ultimately he made second place, which is, I'm really excited to see Kin in the Grandmasters. I think he's somebody in the APAC region I would want to watch. There's a few APAC players that I'd rather not see in the GMs that I hope eventually get relegated, or somebody better, or either step up their game or get relegated for somebody who will step up their game, and I think Ken will. Mm-hmm. He definitely had the decks and the play style to beat Eddie. Eddie is very versatile and can change his game plan on a whim, and had to after multiple Hakars and some of the series he had with Kin. So it was really amazing to see that level of gameplay between the two. But yeah, I'm super excited for GM. I don't know what it was about Bucharest that I didn't have the same feeling with Seoul and Vegas. Maybe it's because of the relegation. Maybe it's because you're seeing people actually use this as a platform to launch themselves into the Grandmasters. Mm-hmm. But this has been the most exciting Masters Tour that I've seen all year.
I wholeheartedly agree. I watched Seoul. I watched parts of Vegas, but this was by far, like, you could tell it really felt like it meant more to the players at this event than it did at the others.
Yeah, and it meant more to the casters and the production, because between each round, you would see a lot of times they just kind of talked about matchups or talked about certain things while they set up for the next one. But in this broadcast, they were able to talk about, okay, which players are doing well, which players that we're looking at on the Grandmaster promotion radar are doing well, which ones fell out, and they constantly had great graphics and great images up to kind of promote and show either those promotions or those that ended up not being able to get promoted. So it was really, really cool. As soon as Language Hacker got his win to guarantee promotion, they had an image up that had a congratulatory thing for him being promoted. So the production stepped up their game as well, along with the casters. I know we had some caster rotation because of the recent Blizzard drama that happened, but I actually think this is a good thing. Lorinda is now in the casters rotation for Masters, that he may not have been if That's Admirable or Kibler were still in this. And I love Lorinda's analytic levels that he goes to with analyzing these decks and the players. And they were also in a good spot. They could talk to the players between rounds and made sure to convey that in their broadcast. If Arlington and all these other future Masters Tours stops are as good as this, then I think that this system has legs. I worry, though, that because Las Vegas and Seoul was less than stellar, that Blizzard's going to want to make a change for 2020, and I hope they don't. Because
I like to think maybe they were just kind of feeling it out with those two, and they're going to see that this one kind of really. I mean, I didn't look to see what viewership numbers were for this compared to past events, but I mean, it seemed like there were a lot more people in chat paying attention.
Yeah, and I actually watched. I normally keep Twitch chat closed, but I wanted to see what people were saying, and it was mainly productive. It wasn't a lot of just copy pastas or spams or stuff like that. I mean, there were a couple that's going to happen. A lot of these free Hong Kongers are doing the stuff in chat, and that's their way of protesting, and I'm fine with that. But you actually saw a lot of people that were cheering on Orange and feeling really bad when he didn't get it. Orange is probably the biggest relegation that has happened because it affected him so emotionally on broadcast, and the players, the co-players with him that are in GM were like, we hate seeing this. We know it has to happen, but we hate that it's happening to Orange, and it almost gives the Grandmaster system a beating heart, and you feel for these players that get relegated, but then you feel really good when other players take that spot, like in the case of Language Hacker. We've been following his career all through 2019, saying that he basically was on the bubble. If he won World Champions last year, we would be seeing Language Hacker instead of ETC.
Right.
Well, we didn't see Language Hacker. We saw ETC actually get into GMs, do well, not stellar, but do well. And he didn't do bad in this tournament either. But we then saw Language Hacker fight uphill to get that spot. And those are the stories I love hearing about. And that's why I want to see more relegation slots so we can see more of those stories. But maybe this is kind of the sweet spot. Maybe they're right with having 2 per region. We'll just have to see. I'm happy with it so far.
I agree. I'm very happy with what we've seen thus far, and we'll continue to see how it plays out. So, all right, that brings us to this week's Tavern Brawl, which is Doom in the Tomb Part 2. So the Headless Horseman is haunting the tombs of Doom. Fight in his lair if you dare. So it's basically the same thing as last week, but instead of picking from the villains as your heroes, this time you're picking from the League of Explorers for your heroes.
Yeah, so I played this. It was fun. It reminded me a lot of the most recent solo content because it really was a copy paste of that. But it was fun. I didn't. They've had a couple little variations in it that are different. Obviously, if you get under 60 minutes and under 40 minutes, you get extra bonuses, gold copies of cards and things like that. I didn't push for the under 40 just because it wasn't that important to me. But I like seeing these kind of events and rewards come out. Now, next week is supposed to be the Haunted Carousel.
I believe that is correct.
I'm sure that's the one you're most excited about.
Oh, you know it. Because the freaking carousel bosses in solo content just drive me up the wall to begin with.
Well, no. You know what it's a carousel of, right?
What?
Endless Dreadsteeds.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, if you've listened to the show, you know Dreadsteed's my favorite card ever printed in this game.
You're just going to constantly get Dreadsteeds going around in circles.
Yeah.
And respawning and marching in. And I'm excited. I wish it was the old Dreadsteeds that they spawned immediately when they died instead of end of turn, but it might make it more interesting. I'm kind of excited for that one. Do I?
Can't break the game.
Well, you can. But you shouldn't break the game.
Yeah. All right. So that brings us to this week's deck analysis. And as we talked about, Hone made top 8 at Bucharest, and one of his decks really kind of stuck out, and Zerotio was like, hey, we should probably take a look at this. And so this is Hone's Control Shaman. So I'm going to pull it up, and then we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to read you the deck list, and then I'll let Zerotio kind of talk about the deck list, because I haven't actually played it yet, and I watched it get played some this weekend, but we'll let him explain it. So the deck is as follows. 2 copies of Zap, 1 Lightning Bolt, 1 Sludge Slurper, 1 Voltaic Burst, 1 Acidic Swamp Ooze, 1 Lickum, 1 Omega Mind, 1 Witch's Brew, 2 copies of Haunting Visions, 1 Plague of Murlocs, 1 Spirit of the Frog, 1 Zentimo. Then you got 2 Hex, 2 Thunderhead, 2 Hagatha's Scheme, 2 Kartut Defenders, 2 Earthquakes. You have Hagatha the Witch herself. You have 1 copy of Walking Fountain. Then you have the following 4 legendaries: Archivist Elysiana, Shudderwalk, Hakar the Soul Flayer, and N'Zoth the Corruptor.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so what's the point of this deck, Zerotio, and how do you play it?
The point of this deck is to make your opponent quit Hearthstone. No, it's more of an anti-control to control deck. Obviously, if you're matched up against aggro, you're going to play this in a control mindset. But if you're playing against other control decks or other N'Zoth decks specifically that rely on drawing into combos and drawing their deck a lot, you want to get those Hakars out and get that shuffle going. Then you can follow up with an Archivist Elysiana, which replaces your deck, getting rid of your Bloods. But other than that, it's all about using your board removal, getting the Kartut Defenders on the board. If you'll notice, there's not a ton of draw in this deck, and when it does have draw, it's targeted draw, like the Spirit of the Frog. So it's not just going to draw a card; it's going to draw a specific type of card. And the reason for that is you want to thin your deck down a bit and draw 2 those pieces, but same time you want to be able to win the fatigue matchup. And when you shuffle in the Bloods, you want to have a thicker deck than your opponent, because naturally right now in the meta, a lot of your decks are trying to draw really quickly to get to their key pieces. Mainly Priest. This does well against Priest. Yeah, it's a fun deck. It has lots of life gain and it has lots of board clears. The Zentimo Hex combo really wrecks N'Zoth combos, because if you can hit 3 of their Death Rattles in a row, it's A, going to water down res pools for mass resurrection, and B, it's going to make it so those Death Rattles don't go off and don't die to go into the N'Zoth pools.
Okay, cool. Well, I am excited to watch this deck get played. I enjoy control decks. That's probably my favorite type of genre in the game. So, if you guys are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned as we go into this live play portion of the show. If you are listening via our audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOgamers. Or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show, you'd like to help support and improve it, you can do that by joining our Patreon over at patreon.com/HeroPower. And we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
Alright, so while I get Battle.net launched here, are you already in?
Oh, I'm ready to get in and
Okay.
queue up a match.
Okay.
I'm currently at rank 3. I have not. I haven't really been pushing for a legend climb. I've mainly been practicing from the various tournament series that I'm in, things like that.
Right. Okay.
So win rate's not really been important to me. It's all been about quality testing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my personal experience with this deck is I am sitting at not a stellar win rate, but a lot of this is me learning the deck. I've got 11 games with it. I've only won 4. And obviously, in a tournament environment, I'm going to be wanting to target certain things. So on the ladder, it's hard to know what you're going to play against.
Right. Okay. I am in.
Somebody really has been avoiding the computer on their vacation. Look at all them quests stacked up.
Yeah.
All right, I am searching for an opponent right now. I swear this is only my first.
Alright. Looks like you are in.
And we're matched up against a priest, which is what I want to see. Now, it's not the greatest against combo priest. But it does have good legs against the Zoth priest.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw away the Witch's Brew and the Hagatha because I don't need them early. I am going to hang on to both the Hex and the Haunted Vision. So the reason is Haunted Vision can be played on 3 just to get another tool. And Hex is going to be perfect for watering up res pools and getting rid of death rattles.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to play it on 4 because a lot of other death rattles don't start speeding up until 5. But if you're just playing the death rattle version of Priest, I'll probably hit the first death rattle I see. This is combo.
All right. Oh, an early Hagatha scheme to sit in the hand.
That's going to be really, really good. So at this point, I'm just going to kind of like pace things out. Oh, this is good. Juice it up for me.
Make it big. Use all your resources on it.
Yep. I think I want to pass this turn. And I'm considering hexing the Light Warden.
Okay.
Next turn.
Right.
Now, I'm also not going to hit my hero power on purpose because I don't want him to be able to run into anything, heal it up, and then get a bonus.
But what if you got a spell damage totem and then you could maybe remove the 1/3?
Is that worth the risk?
I don't know.
I think you're right. I think it is worth the risk. Let's roll it, see what happens. And we didn't get it.
And we got the worst possible one.
Yeah, because now it does double. It damages twice. He has a circle of healing. Oh, circle's going to draw him 3 cards.
Yep.
So that was a punish. That was a punish.
No, circle only drew him 2 cards.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it didn't. Not the one that we did. So Spear of the Frog would normally be my play if I didn't have a Hagatha scheme. So next turn with Hex, I guaranteed a Hagatha scheme. Uh-huh. But I think I coin. No, I think I'm going to Haunting Visions first.
Okay.
Because if I don't get a good option from this, I can coin out the Hex. Plague of Murlocs.
Plague of Murlocs is not bad.
Yeah, and it's free.
Yeah.
I think I Plague of Murlocs here.
I think you Plague of Murlocs here as well. That's a pretty good result.
Yeah. He low rolled on all that. So, and this is going to mess up res pools too.
Yeah.
So I'm ending turn. I could have zapped something, but it would overload me. I want to be able to set up a coin into Hagatha next turn.
Yeah, because there's High Priest.
I think I just hex that.
I think you just hex that, yeah. Or maybe even hex and zap, because then you can still coin
Hagatha
next turn if you need to.
Yeah, we do want to reduce some damage on the board. So, the reason I'm tempted not to is because that coin could really be used with Walking Fountain. But honestly, I think you're right. I think we zap the 2/2. just to take 2 damage off the board. We're probably going to scheme next turn. That's good. This is fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's even better. No activation on it or anything. Yeah. So he's only going to get 1 card draw out of this. This is a matchup that is tough, but we're not doing bad. We just need to... I think we need to live to Walking Fountain and have stuff to run into, and we should be fine. That's a little dangerous. I think we just play the Spear of the Frog and Totem.
Yeah.
I don't have a spell to go into with the Spear of the Frog. But the reason I want to do this is because if I do draw into the other Hex, I can Zentimo Hex if he gets more minions on the board.
He's shown he's not afraid to just fill the board.
The problem is we're dead to Divine Inner Fire.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's what's happening right now. Yep. This is right now, Combo Priest is ridiculously good in the meta.
Yeah.
It's only being checked by an aggressive Shaman, and we're not playing an aggressive Shaman.
Right.
Now, if this was N'Zoth Priest, you're looking at a different outcome, possibly. I think we did good, considering.
Hey, Ben. Glad you were able to get here to live.
Hey, yeah, we went a little late today because we wanted to let the Masters Tour Bucharest finish so we could report on it. Thanks for joining us, brother. So if this is Holy Wrath Paladin, it's not a bad matchup because we're going to be shuffling bloods in, but we want to get those bloods shuffled in.
Right.
For that reason, we should probably mulligan for Secret Highlander Paladin. So for that reason, I'm going to keep the Hagatha scheme. I don't think we need Plague of Murlocs because we're either going to upgrade their minions or they're just going to be Murlocs already. So I think we just keep the Hagatha scheme.
Okay. Hey, Ben, we greatly appreciate that you listen, man. We appreciate all of our listeners. So the fact that you're able to be here in person is just even better.
We appreciate you especially. So he Crystologied on turn 1, which could be anything. I mean, every Paladin deck has Crystology right now, with the exception of Murloc. So I don't think it's Murloc. So Murloc's not. We kind of lost favor. Okay, Mecharoo's interesting.
And there's Magnetic. Okay.
Wow. So Mech?
Looking like it could be Mech Paladin right out of the gate.
Okay, so for this reason, I want to coin out the Spirit of the Frog. Because I want to kind of advance our draw a little bit, and next turn we can Haunting Vision, which will draw us a Hex to deal with any other magnetisms. So, what do you think of that?
It sounds like a plan to me.
This will allow us to Hex 2 turns from now. Guaranteed. We already have the Hagatha scheme, so I'm not worried about getting that. Would love to get Plague of Murlocs. Especially now. Okay, this is fine. Does that change our line? I don't think so.
I think
we still Haunting Visions.
Yeah.
Get the Hex.
Hmm.
I think we might be in a position where we could eventually use a Bloodlust.
Okay.
I don't see Beaker Lightning helping us, and I don't see Earth and Might helping us. The benefit of Earth and Might would be it would draw us into Plague of Murlocs.
True.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Earth and Might.
Okay.
For that reason. Now, I'm not going to cast it now because it won't draw us Plague of Murlocs that way. It has to be 2 costs when we play it. Because the Spirit of the Frog... Now, this is if he doesn't kill the Spirit of the Frog. Obviously, Spirit of the Frog could die.
He's probably going to kill it.
Yeah. But I like the buff and the fact that if we can put it on an elemental like the Voltaic Bursts, we would get another random elemental to our hand. So this is running a secret package. He just doesn't have any secrets yet. Okay.
I mean, you could
just hex it.
I think so.
Yeah, I think hex is the way to go.
Okay. That removes it from the res
dead
pool for...
If he's running Kangor's Endless Army. I'm not sure if he would be. The question is there any... I don't think I want to play the Zap yet, though.
Any chance you think this could be Highlander?
It's possible. Paladin really likes Highlander right now. I'm going to go ahead and end turn. Because I want to save that Zap with possibly a Thunderhead. Mm-hmm. And I can play that Zap anytime in combination. If I want to Zap that before I Hagathas, there's lots of options. Since it's 0 mana. Okay, he's pushing.
So what are we thinking our turn 5 is going to be here?
So if we Voltaic Burst and Earth and Might, one can clear the Frog, and the other one will be a 3/3 to clear the Sunreaver Spy.
Okay.
And then the other 2 mana we can combination Zap and Lick 'em. It's really going to put us overloaded next turn, though.
Let's see, 1.
If we don't Zap, we'll at least have 5.
We'll be 2 mana overloaded, so we'll still have 4 mana next turn.
Yeah, which I wonder if that's... Let's do the first part first. We're obviously going to Voltaic Burst.
Yep.
Then we're going to Earth and Might, and we'll see what we get. That's not a great one. So we'll run this in here, this in here. We're obviously going to lick them. The question is, do we just hit that once now? Because I'm going to hit this.
Okay. Now you're asking, do you zap it to remove it?
I don't think I zap because that'll allow us to Hagathas.
Yeah,
okay.
I would leave it.
That'll allow us to Hagathas next turn if he goes crazy this turn. And if we do need to zap next turn, we'll still be able to Kartit Defender the following turn.
Yeah. There's the Challenger.
Okay.
There's the Christmas tree. Yep. You have a really good nose, Ben.
This is going to be a problem.
There's the second Hagathas.
Well, if we Hagatha here, it won't kill the Mysterious Challenger because it'll get +2 health.
That's true.
But I can't safely run into it. So I need to try. Go ahead.
What if you try to run in with your face to take the 2/1, and then hit it with the 3/1, and then Hagatha?
I can zap and Hagatha.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get the 2/1. That gets auto defense, which is fine. So that's going to die. Then it's going to be revived. Something's going to get avenged. That's going to be a problem. No avenge. So we run in here. Then we Hagatha scheme. And then we zap it.
Yep. And then you zap it. Yep. And that clears the board.
Yep. So repentance.
Yeah.
Could be hidden wisdom. I've seen one hidden wisdom in the list. So far, this looks as if it's a Highlander variant. Yep.
There's Sir Finley. Yep.
That answers that.
Confirms it.
So he's going to go for either the Druid hero power, possibly the Warlock hero power, or the Hunter hero power, the 3 he wants. There's a Druid. That's 2 more damage. Druid's better than the Hunter because Kartut stands in the way of the Druid.
Right. Okay.
There's a card.
So Kartut,
which is probably going to become a 3/1. No, it's Hidden Wisdom.
Okay.
So I think I know it's damaged, but I think I hit the Beaming Sidekick.
I don't hate it.
Because I'm overloaded right now?
Mm-hmm. Next
and
turn,
I can kill it.
Next turn, we're going to be at 8 mana. Are we dropping the Cauldron Elemental?
Probably.
Just for board presence? Unless
it stinks. Okay. We might have to Hagatha if he loads too much. I don't want to Earthquake, but...
There's the Zephyrus.
So he's going to go for Silence. He's hoping for a Silence. I don't know if it would offer him a Silence here.
No,
Sap. Okay.
Sap. Okay.
So that's not lethal, though.
No, that's not lethal. But it gets close.
So if we Kartut again...
I don't think we have a choice. I think you have to Kartut and Hero Power.
Yeah, I was doing some math in my head. So, Kartut and then hope for the taunt.
Yep.
Didn't get the taunt. I'm trying to see if this saves us. I think it still does. He play 1 minion and clear that off with the 3/1, and then he can use his face or Finley for the second. This is going to deny us heal. No, it won't deny us heal. I forget it's a Death Rattle heal. It still keeps us out of lethal range.
Not by much.
No, not by much, but it's still there.
Hagatha? Run the 1/1 into the 2/5 and Hagatha?
We can't run into the 2/5. There's a taunt in the way.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So we have to Earthquake.
We have to Earthquake. Yeah.
So Earthquake, Hero Power, hope for a taunt totem.
Yep.
And then he'll still need 1 damage. No taunt totem. But, okay, so hopefully he loads up the board, Hero Powers, and goes face. And doesn't have the extra 1 point of damage. If so, the more minions he puts on the board, we can Omega Mind. Oh, this is good. Wait, no, he didn't have anything die.
Nothing died, yeah.
Okay, so we Omega Mind. We can't Hagatha scheme, it won't kill it. So we Omega Mind Earthquake.
Okay.
Okay. This is going to give us healing.
But,
or no, we just N'Zoth.
Yeah, just N'Zoth for our healing.
Because he showed us he doesn't have the over the top damage.
Right. And we'll get our taunt back.
We'll get 2 of them.
Yeah.
Because when the thing with N'Zoth's really good is when the Reborn Kartut Defender dies twice because of Reborn, he'll summon 2. So if you have 2 die twice, then you get 4.
Right.
But we hadn't had that yet. We might be able to climb out of this. He needs over the top damage, and I don't think he has it. They do run Consecrate, which is going to be a problem.
Blessing of Kings, okay.
Okay, this is good. And I honestly think...
Haunting Visions first?
Yeah, we Haunting Visions first. See what we get. I think we take the Zap.
I agree.
I'm trying to see how greedy I want to get.
Are you thinking Omega Mind, Hagatha, Zap to clear?
I think if we Omega Mind Zap and just run in the N'Zoth,
okay,
that will clear it. But let's go face first.
To see if it's
get down.
Yeah.
But if it's Highlander, it's not going to be. So we'll go ahead and run in here, because that's going to happen. Okay. And then we Omega Mind, Zap. Then we just... That's fine. I don't mind if he draws cards at this point. Then we Hero Power, pass. I was wanting to know if I wanted to save the Zap with Zentimo, but we have Hex to use with Zentimo. I was really thrown off by the small mech package he had in the start of the game.
Right. Secret Keeper, Secret? Nope, Mysterious Blade.
So we want to clear that Secret Keeper, because that secret is Avenge.
Yes. So clear it with the Omega?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of everything else before we do that. I think we definitely play Acidic Swamp Ooze. I want to set up a turn where I can play Hakar next turn.
I think you play... Yeah, and I think that's the best option, because I was going to say we're overloaded, or we could Acidic Swamp Ooze and Elemental, but yeah.
Yeah.
Just Hero Power.
If we weren't overloaded, I would have Hakar'd this turn. And this is good, because we're almost guaranteeing us Taunt Totems, because we have the other two. We're at 50% for Taunt Totem. This deck is doing what it's supposed to do against a fairly aggressive lineup.
Yeah. All the way down to 3 health, and now back up to 15.
Yep. We haven't even gotten into Hagatha, the hero card, Hagatha, or
right.
Witch's Brew. So we have healing left. So I'm going to Hakar. This is happening.
Yes, I agree.
And then we clear the... I think we just manage his minions at this point. So that's going to get a buff. That's fine. So that
Clear
goes there.
That one, yep.
Then I think we go ahead and just zap that one.
Okay. And then send the 2/2 to face?
Yeah. Yeah. Brain overload.
Because now he's top decking.
Yep.
Because
he's got 4 cards left in his deck.
That card on the left, he's just been holding. He's not playing it, so he obviously doesn't have a target for it.
Yeah.
Yet. Consecration. Clears everything but Hakar. And then he's going to Hero Power and pass, and we're going to hit him in the face for 9.
He wants to race us.
Yep.
Now he wants to race us, but we have 9 damage hitting him.
Oh!
Do we need to do it now?
No.
Is the question.
Well, Hero Power first.
I don't think we Hero Power. I think we Cauldron.
Okay, and then race.
There's no way he can do 14 damage with 2 cards.
Okay. Unless he draws a... Unless he's running Shrivala and Holy Wrath, and he just tries to take the 25%.
That deck does not exist. There's no way
I'm just throwing out possibilities.
Without bankers or any of that stuff. There's not enough draw for that. That's not happening.
Siamat.
That's what he's been holding is Siamat. He's probably going to go rush Divine Shield and clear the car, yep. Because he can't clear the 7/7.
Yeah.
So this turn we go face, and Witch's Brew our face.
Yep,
forever.
I agree.
Does that change anything?
I think we still Witch's Brew. Because, I mean, it's not going to kill Tiamat.
No.
It would give us 5 armor, but...
Yeah, I think you're right. We Witch's Brew. I just like to think of a line when I draw a card. Now, is this last one worth 2 points, or do we want to hero power? That's going face.
No, I don't think it's worth 2 points. I think you hero power here.
Okay, just in case we get taunt.
Yeah.
That's actually good too, because with the healing, he's going to have to use his face to hit it.
Right.
He can't race us now. Okay, so he wants to take it.
Well, that's fine. We can just kill everything. We have multiple ways to just kill everything.
Oh, there's our Archivist.
We'll go face first, obviously.
That's going face. And then are we just going to Hagatha scheme? The Earthquake would deal with any other death rattles he has in the deck. I don't think he has any left, but it would. Have we seen... yeah, we saw Snip Snap. Okay.
Yeah, he's only got 3 cards left.
I think we just Hagatha scheme.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking we just put up the Zentimo.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
At this point, it's a minion that threatens
Hero
damage.
power, pass.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course, hero power.
Don't forget to use your hero power.
Nope, don't want to do that. I don't think he can win now. Won't go well. As I say that. Go face. Bring it to my face. Oh.
Alright, now I think you Hagatha Sludge Slurper.
Yeah, I think we Hagatha. We're safe. We can take 8 damage to the face.
Yeah.
So let's Hagatha. Slurper. And then
Lackey.
whatever lackey we get. Oh, that's a good lackey. Not that it'll keep him from hitting with his face.
Right.
So that's 3 damage. Okay. There's a bloods.
Blood.
And now he has 2 bloods shuffle in.
Yeah.
So, and that's
got-
that's it. He's
That's
dead.
it, yeah.
Because next turn he'll draw both bloods.
Exactly. He dies.
So he can
next
hero
turn.
he can hero power. And do
he
nothing,
realized it. He's
yeah.
gone. Yeah. Thanks, Ben. It was a good comeback. That was a great
That's
game.
what the deck is supposed to do against aggro.
Alright, so we're 1-1. Let's play one more.
Yeah, we could do that. I was looking at time. I got to match it at 9, but I that's 2 more hours, so we're good.
Yeah. Well, we just got to play one more game, so.
That should only
out
take,
this-
what, an hour?
Yeah, exactly. Finish out this best of 3.
Yeah, this deck made me really excited for the prospect that Hone could have possibly gotten it up into the GM hunt, but he needed to go really far.
Yeah.
And he made it up to top 8, and that's it. I would love to see these type of decks at GM, because they're constantly changing up their script. Oh, another priest.
Yeah.
And this is probably combo. Only because I played this guy. I think I keep this whole hand.
Okay.
Yeah, as a Sludge Slurper's on 1, then if you plays the Cleric, I can Lightning Bolt it. But if he doesn't play a Cleric, and I can hold till turn 3 to Spirit of the Frog, Lightning Bolt will draw me Witch's Brews. Yeah, I think I keep this.
Okay.
Okay. So we go ahead and Sludge Slurper. This is actually a really good curve for this matchup.
Okay.
Not a fan of him having the coin. Okay, so this changes things.
So it's
So
quest.
this is the long game, and we're designed for the long game.
Right.
So I think I'm going to play the Titanic Lackey.
Okay. And then just
And
wait.
pass.
Yeah.
Because he wants to heal. I don't want him to heal.
Right.
But I want to put threats on the board that he feels he has to remove, like that. He just played a penance with no quest progress. So because of that, I'm not going to play Spear of the Frog yet. I'm just going to Hero Power Pass.
Okay.
This is probably going to be a long game. But ultimately, he's going to want to draw through his deck quickly. If I can get to Hakar and play Hakar in a way that it dies, then we'll be good. Hero Power Pass. I want him to put out things that heal him that can't heal him because he's at full. This is Conscriptor?
Infiltrator.
Infiltrator.
Yeah.
Infiltrator. That's the card I was thinking about. I said the name wrong. So this is gonna look really weird. I'm gonna Spear of the Frog. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Lightning Bolt my Healing Totem.
Okay.
The reason I'm doing this is I want to draw into the Witch's Brew so I can Witch's Brew next turn for Plague of Murlocs.
Okay.
Or try to get Plague of Murlocs. Obviously, I could get Haunting Visions or Plague of Murlocs. But if I get Haunting Visions, then I want to play the Haunting Vision to get the Hex. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this?
You're trying to force the draw into the right spell.
Yes. And this is also thinning my deck, too. Which, wins this matchup. Okay. Again, Water Bear is not healing anything.
Well,
so I drew Haunting Visions, and that's good. I think I go ahead and just waste a Witch's Brew on my face.
Okay.
Hoping for Plague of Murlocs, and then I can immediately Plague of Murlocs.
So if you don't get Plague of Murlocs, do you Witch's Brew again?
No. Well, I guess I can.
Yeah.
I guess I technically can. I got the Plague of Murlocs.
Good. Okay.
Now, the question is, do I Plague now? Or do I just Haunting Visions now? And get, which will draw me the other Haunting Visions.
Why don't we, he's played 2 cards each turn, or a card each turn, so why don't we Haunting Visions and see if he see if he plays more stuff and then Plague?
That's what I'm thinking.
I know it sounds a little greedy, but
it gets me the Hex.
There's the Hex. Feral Spirit?
Feral Spirit's probably safe. Yeah, let's go Feral Spirit. So then, do we go ahead and Feral Spirit?
No, I think you wait till after you Plague.
Okay. I'm cool with that. And see, if we Plague next turn, we can follow that up with Hagatha. We'll likely clear them. Oh, this is so good.
Right.
He's going to get no reses out of this. And he's getting 1 healing point on his progress so far.
So, Plague of Murlocs, Feral Spirit, or do you just
Plague of Murloc,
with
Feral Spirit,
Earthquake?
If we Plague of Murloc, Feral Spirit, we can't play Hagatha Witch next turn.
That's true.
I think
you could Earthquake and just clear.
I don't want to clear. I don't want those minions in his res pool.
In the res pool, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So let's just Plague of Murlocs, see what we get. Okay, so that's a little dangerous, but they all get killed by Hagatha.
Yes, that's true.
So I think we
just Hero Power Pass.
Is this enough damage that we waste a Hex on War Leader?
If you do it, you go from taking 11 damage next turn to only taking 6. So you're removing 5 points of damage.
4.
Okay,
only taking 4.
Yeah, 4. That's right. Yeah, so you're.
I think I Hex it.
You're reducing a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, let's Hex it. I'm not worried about the angler, he doesn't have any Murlocs to play. He's probably going to heal my face. He's trying to figure this out. What could he... Oh, he is pulling in Seance just to play it to get another Murloc and get the buffs. He's playing around at Hagatha Witch.
He is.
But he's not playing around the Earthquake. Oh, that's going to be so good later. We just Earthquake, right?
I think so.
I mean, the other option is we can Hagatha and double zap. That'll thin our hand, so when we play minions, we'll get more.
and it'll only leave us overloaded by 2 next turn. So
yeah, which will leave us 7 mana.
7 mana, yeah, that's fine. We can Kartut or something next turn if we need to.
Yeah. We'll probably want a minion anyways. So we'll zap both of these. Okay. This is good. And he still has only one progress on his heal, on his quest.
Right.
And is not damaged. Now, Murloc Priest. Oh, where's Ringo?
Right.
So, Kartut. I love these small minions for getting spells. I like Kartut here. How about you?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh.
He can clear with what's on the board, but
right.
He uses all his minions. And if he starts pressuring damage, which I can't see that anytime soon, we have Omega Mine into Hagatha Scheme. Murlocs.
Wow, did he just mass res?
Yep, he's trying to make a board at this point.
So, Haunting Visions, see what we get, and then Earthquake?
I don't hate that. We probably would end up Hagatha Scheming instead.
Okay.
Because the Earthquake will handle bigger minions that are from his deck. So let's Haunting Visions. Ooh, big bad.
Want the silence?
The silence could be useful. Especially if he has any death rattles in this deck. I like that, silence. And then we have nothing to need to heal. Hagatha Scheme then? Or do we want him to go ahead and do some damage to our face and overload the board some more? Because we could take this damage.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can.
So in that case, do we just Feral Spears to put something in the way?
I mean, it's going to give him options of things to heal.
That's true. We could take this damage. I would like to use our big damage board clears when we can heal with Omega. Omega.
Oh.
Do we let that go off? I don't think we do.
I think you silence that, don't you?
Yeah.
Silence and
Earthquake?
Earthquake, yeah.
Well, we could actually silence and Hagatha Scheme because it'll be 5 damage now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So we can scheme it. And then I think we play the Tide Hunter so we get a spell.
Yep.
We get Farsight.
Farsight's good.
That's going to be good. That'll draw us into our Hakar or draw us into our N'Zoth. So I want to hold off. He's not going to get a Hakar out of this. That's good.
He might.
No,
he's got Katrina on the board.
Well, he might get it out of Katrina. He'll probably get a Murloc.
Yep. Be nice to have a freaking
Hex.
lightning storm.
I mean, we can earthquake this.
Do you want to use an earthquake on a bunch of 1/1s?
I mean, it's worth it. I don't want these staying alive. I'm going to Farsight first.
Okay.
Got her N'Zoth. That's
Nice.
a 7-cost N'Zoth. What do we have in N'Zoth? Just a Kartut right
Just
now,
the
right?
Kartut, yeah.
I mean, we could Hagatha scheme this.
Yeah, that's true. You could.
The problem is the Kartut Defender res comes back.
So run your 1/1 into the Kartut.
Oh, that makes sense. His Murloc will still be alive.
Right.
I think we go ahead and Omega Mine so we heal the full.
Okay. I don't hate that.
And the Omega Mine actually stays on the board. Well, no, it dies. But
Yeah.
I forgot about the Infiltrator. Batterhead. They'll be able to mow through all of our minions. So if we Eureka, we're just going to get the Thunderhead. What do you think about Thunderhead, Feral Spirits, and then we soften up the Batterhead? I don't terribly like that, but
No.
I'm not seeing a lot of other options.
We've only seen one Hex so far, is that right?
Yeah, there's another Hex in our deck. We don't have a way to draw, though. I think we play the Thunderhead, though.
Okay.
Because this will get us a spell.
Yeah.
Mutate. I think we still feral.
I don't hate I mean, if you Feral Spirit, he's just going to kill them both with the Thunderhead.
Yeah, let's just pass turn. I don't think there's anything else to do this turn. Not yet. The problem is with the Eureka, it would only put out Zentimo.
Our best hope is he plays something else, or a couple something else's. We draw into the Hex, and then we Zentimo Hex.
Well, yeah, that's obviously what we want to do. We just don't have that card yet.
Right.
We
But
might
this is
end
zero
up having
power.
to do it.
This is zero power. All you have to do is believe in the top deck.
Oh. This is so good, actually. If we could get the Hex, that's fine. I love you, man.
Believe in the top deck. Welcome to Hero Power, everybody.
Okay, so we're going to Zentimo. We're going to Hex. Right?
Yep.
Then, we Feral Spirits.
Yep.
And then we mutate to get all 3 minions. It's basically an evolve.
Correct. I like it.
Oh, that's kind of
Not
bad.
great, but...
The Generous Mummy's bad, but...
yeah.
Would have liked to gotten some more Death Rattles to fuel the N'Zoth. Ancestral Spirit's going to be really nice. Because we can N'Zoth and then Ancestral Spirit the Kartut that it creates.
Yes.
His res pool is so watered down right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So we just clear these men. Well, we want to kill the Kartut. He hasn't played a natural N'Zoth, has he?
No.
So we want to save our Earthquake. He's got a N'Zoth Seance. Well, he's already used 1 Seance.
Correct.
Depending on his deck list, I don't know if he runs 2 Seances. So let's clear the Kartut here. and then we'll run the. Let's run the shielded in and kill one of these. We want to make sure we're killing frogs to water down this pool.
Yes.
Question is, do we go ahead and N'Zoth now?
No, I don't think so. I think you want to wait till you can N'Zoth Ancestral, or N'Zoth and then Ancestral the Kartut that comes back all in the same turn.
Do we play the play
I
acidic
think you just
swamp ooze?
play the Swamp Ooze, yeah.
Get a spell?
Yeah.
Now, we can Eureka to get an N'Zoth right now.
Okay, I don't hate that.
I mean, oh, wait.
You forgot about the Shudderwalk.
Oh, random minion. That's fine. That's even better, actually. For some reason, I was thinking it was lowest cost, but that's another card. It's a random minion. I thought it was going to hit the lowest cost because I don't play Eureka enough.
Yeah.
It's a random minion from your hand. Oh, now he's going to worry about his quest progression.
So now maybe... Oh, no. He was just healing... Okay.
He was healing to get quest progression. He
Yeah.
would have killed it regardless. But it doesn't do anything.
So do we rain a Toads here?
I think so. I like bringing Toads here.
And just rebuild our board and kill another frog?
So, if we win Fury to kill the other frog, he almost has to kill the Generous Mummy, right?
Right. Otherwise, next turn we're doing 16 points of damage to his face, and then we just start pressuring.
The reason I like that is because I want him to kill the Generous Mummy. So I want to give him a reason to, and it thins our hand a little bit. So now he feels like he has to kill the Generous Mummy, because now it represents 10 points of damage. But the Generous Mummy is also helping him because of the cost reduction in his hand. Because I haven't seen a Thorson yet, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
There's an Infiltrator.
He's going to heal it. Okay.
Mass Hysteria.
Okay, so it dies.
Everything
clears the
dies.
board. Okay. It's fine.
Now do we N'Zoth even though we're overloaded?
I mean, it's the best spell. It's the best card we have in our hand in this off. The thing is we'll only get, what?
2 Kartuts.
1 Kartut? Yeah, 2 Kartuts.
How does he deal with that with nothing on the board?
Not sure he does.
I mean, he would have to have the Plague of Death in his hand.
Which he probably does at this point.
Yeah.
So we just N'Zoth? I don't see a better option.
I don't either.
Okay. And again, we haven't seen the Hakar yet. I'm just going to play the Totemic Surge. No, let's make him worry about what that missing spell is. We haven't seen Hakar yet, and a lot of people say, why would you play N'Zoth before Hakar? Because we can still play Hakar, and Shudderwalk will do the N'Zoth battle cry.
Yes. There's the Plague of Death.
There's Walking Fountain.
Walking Fountain. I think you just trod it out there.
I think so. This will give us a spell. Frost Shock. Okay. If we need a ping. I wonder if I should have Ancestral Spirited that.
Couldn't. We didn't have the mana. Oh, you're talking
we
about
did.
The fountain?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you can do
We
it
did,
now.
but yeah. I'm wondering if we still do it.
What about... I guess it doesn't matter.
So I'm going to Ancestral Spirit it. We want to do we want to start bursting damage. So I'm going to play the lick. I'm going to play the Lickum, and then I'm going to play the Voltaic Burst.
And then we're going
just so I have the overload.
We're going to
hit him 11.
9, 10, 11, yeah.
Because I don't want him to start healing and get to his quest too fast.
He's got 8 cards left. We've got 4 cards left. We got to make a move.
Yeah. I mean, we have Alessiana. So I'm not worried there.
Master
That's kind of a
spell.
weak play. That's a weak play.
Yeah.
I like seeing that. Okay, that's just a heal for 6 on his quest.
That finishes his quest.
Yep. But he has nothing to buff up.
No, but he can heal back to full health.
That's fine. He's used his Master spell. He does not. He doesn't know we have a car. So I'm just going to push damage, play the Kartut, see what we get off of that. Another Rain of Toads. I will take it. This is sizing up good. He has no silence other than his other Plague of Death. He might have another Plague of Death. Okay, so he's going to buff it up. It's fine. Penance. So he just doesn't want that swinging in twice.
Right.
So I think we just hit it with the... Well, it can't swing it twice anyways because it's silenced.
Well, it was... Yeah, that's true, but it was still... for it would have
here.
lived.
I'm going to use our health as a resource.
Okay. And then Frost Shock it.
Last piece. Then we go face and then Rain of Toads?
Yeah.
So we're going to want a Hakar. We can't Hakar next turn. We're going to Hakar the turn after that, followed by an Archivist Celestiano. So we're going to end up getting one set of Bloods. That's good. I don't think he has the other Plague of Death. He may not run it.
Emperor.
This is fine. We're just going to trade into that.
Thunderhead.
We don't have anything to couple with Thunderhead.
Yeah, that's true.
But let's play Thunderhead, see what spell we get. We don't want anything that overloads us. Eureka. That could be useful later.
Yeah.
We're just going to double trade here. Go face. We're going to Hakar next turn, no matter what happens, I think. I think we only lose the Plague of Death. Muerte. See, we still have both of our Earthquakes left. I think he's deciding to play for fatigue now.
And that's what we want.
Or locks.
Well, do you want an Earthquake? Well, yeah, do you want an Earthquake first and remove Katarina and then Hakar next turn?
Yeah, I don't think the fatigue is going to be a big deal if we do that.
You got to run your Toad in first.
Yeah. Plus, it is one more card towards him drawing Bloods when he kills it. The thing is, if we play Hakar now and then we Earthquake next turn, we'll guarantee to kill our Hakar.
Maybe that's the way you go, yeah?
I think that's the way we go. We just Hakar now, right?
Yeah. Is Plague of Death all minions or enemy minions?
All minions.
Okay.
If he Plague of Death us, then it's not the end of the world. But he loses a lot too. He trades? So he's like, oh wow, great. You're going to draw these Bloods. I'm going to Alessiana. The thing is, we're going to resurrect, if we Shudderwalk, we'll resurrect Hakar again.
Right.
So the question is, do we go ahead and Shudderwalk now to make him kill?
I'm a little worried now at this point about Shutter Walking, him killing killing it again, and then
So
us
that'll
just
be 9 points of damage, 11 with the fatigue, and then we Elysiana.
And you're counting his minion?
No, his minion's a 5/6, isn't it?
Yeah, and next turn,
yeah, you're right.
Next turn it'll be an 8/9. Yeah,
you're right. We Elysiana.
Yeah, and then we just don't play Shutterwalk. Shutterwalk's just a dead card.
I think you're right. I think we just don't play it. Okay, let's see here. Flesh Shaper. Spring Rocket.
I guess so.
Bad. Banker?
Do you like that over the Lifesteal?
I do.
Okay.
Because we might get something to Banker. Illidan?
Yeah.
And then...
Dread Corsair for taunt?
Nah, I'm going to take the Pumpkin because it has Lifesteal.
Okay.
I don't think the taunt's going to matter. Yeah, I just don't think the taunt's going to matter. But he's going to push... No, Death. So now we Earthquake?
Wait. Shutterwalk's not going to bring back the Hakar.
Yeah, it is, because it doesn't exhaust Battlecry.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
So Earthquake?
Yes, Earthquake.
And then we Spring Rocket his face.
Yep.
And get a spell. Hopefully burn. Well, I'll take that as burn.
That's close, yeah.
Boom. So he only has...
1 card and 2 bloods.
No, he has 2 bloods, period.
2 bloods, yeah.
So he only has 4...
there's his Elysiana.
Okay, so this is where Shutterwalk will put us... will get us back on the same page. This is basically what happened in the
finals.
The finals of Eddie and Ken. I think we Shutterwalk here.
Okay.
If we Shutterwalk, we're gonna fill the board up, and we'll have 4. So we'll get 4 Kartut defenders and a Hakar. I'm just wondering if we have to trade this 2-1 off. No, we don't have to.
Okay. So go face with 2-1 first, or?
Yeah, I don't think it matters, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about Hagatha's. I'm glad it went off first, though. So, I think we go ahead and Totemic Surge just to get a card.
Hey, we did not get Hakar.
We didn't. That's actually good. I'm going to Totemic Surge just to get a card out of our hand.
Okay.
Because when we start playing spells, minions, we're going to get more spells in our hand. Play that. That's not bad.
Now, Illidan and start playing some spells?
Yeah, I like... What happened here? Did we
okay, Shutterwalk gave us a whole new set of cards.
That's right.
Amani Warbear, Ancestral Spirit, the Mount Caller, Jar Dealer, and the 3/1 Wind Fury.
So I'm going to play Illidan. I'm going to Rockbiter my face. Rockbiter my face again and go face.
Yeah. And then, do you want to mutate Illidan or keep him?
What if we mutate one of the one costs? That'll give us another 1 cost and a 2 cost.
Yeah, give us a 2 cost. That's fine, yeah.
Well, and another 1 cost.
And another 1 cost. That's what you're saying, yeah.
And a lackey.
Nice!
And if he doesn't kill Illidan, that's lackeys will give us more 2-1s. Oh.
That's not good.
No, it's not. not good. I forgot we hadn't seen the Zoth yet, but I think we just Earthquake.
I think so too.
So that clears this whole board, including ours. But if we could start putting out lots of small minions, we could possibly have a Bloodlust board. Remember that Bloodlust we took forever ago?
Yeah.
So we play all the 1/1s, right? So Jar Dealer, Goblin Lackey, Kobold Lackey hitting him in the face. This is a fun game. Ooh,
Regardless of how this
Murlocs
game
is good.
turns out, it has been a blast.
It has been. Oh my goodness. So he's getting a 5 or more cost spell. Oh my, could be a Plague of Death, could be a Mass Resurrection, could be a boat.
Yeah.
What did I say about this game taking an hour? We're already 32 minutes.
We're only
into
32 minutes in.
Is Bloodlust any form of lethal? I don't think so.
What about Eureka? We've still got that Eureka in our hand.
I don't want to play it because I could get a 1-cost minion.
Oh, that's true.
Get
Yeah.
it. Now, if I played the Dust Devil and Eureka, I'm guaranteed the Amani. So I could do that. Yeah. Let's do that. So Dust Devil, then into Eureka. Now we could rush that in.
And clear with the Jar Dealer. Or you could Rock Biter it.
Let's do this. So we're gonna overload like crazy. Watch this. Voltaic Burst. Soul the Murlocs. Setting up for a Bloodlust next turn.
Okay.
Because even if he clears other than with Death, Plague of Death, if he got that off of that minion, other than Plague of Death, we're setting up for a Bloodlust lethal.
Yeah, because you can Bloodlust and Rock Biter.
See? Okay, so he does that. We still get a board full of minions.
But is it going to be enough?
Let's
Him
see.
at 27.
So 5, that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23. So we're 4 off. Do we still just do it?
I don't know. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a random 3-cost beast. You can't do that and cast a spell this turn, but you could play the Amani Warbear and just go face for 5 and see if they survive a turn.
We could. I don't know if they're going to survive a turn. How many... That was a gifted light bomb, so he has another light bomb in the deck.
Yeah.
I think we Bloodlust this turn.
Okay.
Because we can Haunting Visions for another spell, maybe get burned.
Okay. Do you Rock Biter as well?
I think we could save the Rock Biter. I like the idea of 2 Spring Paws to get spells.
Okay.
Okay, Earth and Might, that might come into play. Rain of Toads is good, because Rain of Toads survives Light Bomb. Holy Nova. Okay. See, we wouldn't be able to get any damage in. I think we Haunting Visions.
Okay.
Rock Biter, so that's 6 damage. We're getting there. I'm taking the Rock Biter. How's that sound?
That sounds fine. What about Amani Warbear Dust Devil and try to hide the Dust Devil behind the Warbear and then set up... Well, you can't this turn, but you could maybe try to set up for lethal. What about just playing out the...
Rain of Toads?
Well, you could do the Rain of Toads.
We could Rain of Toads Dust Devil.
Yeah, that works.
Dust Devil. And then trying to see if there's any merit to... Give him minion +2 if it's an elemental. Oh, I can.
Oh, hit the Dust Devil, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he still dies a light bomb, but it'll give us an elemental. Whenever this minion attacks, give your opponent a coin. That's fine. I don't care if they have coins at this point.
It's a 4-mana 5/6 too.
Yeah. Light bomb? He has to hit things if it's light bomb.
Oh, he has to clear the 5/3 or he's dead.
Mass resurrection.
Oh.
Oh, Hakar!
So what do you say about trying to think, is there a way to clear and lightning storm?
So we can hit 2 of these into 1 there.
You've got that elementary reaction too.
Yeah. That draws a card. So let's put 2 of these into 1 here. And then double rock biter on our face.
Is that what we want to do?
Trying to find a way to clear that so we can have this Dust Devil going face. No, because then we can't Lightning Storm. So we're going to Lightning Storm. So Lightning Storm. I'm going to Ancestral Spirit on the Dust Devil. I'm going to hit this once. Probably should have done that first.
Yeah.
Got rope anxiety. It probably wasn't played right. That was a tough turn. Oh, jeez. We got 2 Holy Novas. And then he has another Light Bomb.
Game.
That's game. That was a good game, though. That was a lot of fun.
Oops. That will be a story to tell.
Sure was. Sure was. That was fun. I think there may have been some... I think if Hone was driving this, he probably would have found a way to win that. I think there was definitely some sequencing and certain things I'm still learning about the deck. When I'm more practiced with it, I might end up winning that matchup.
Right. That was a good game, though.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. If you have any questions or comments about the show or the deck that we played tonight, please send us an email at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you haven't done so already, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. For more details about our patron-only Discord, head on over to patreon.com/heropower. And until next week, good gaming.
Bye, guys.